We have got a lovely view from the base. There is no denying that this mountain is quite the spectacle. However, I feel like it's missing something. I don't know about you, but I think a small log cabin somewhere up in the snowy part of the mountain would be a lovely little touch. Not only as a home away from home, sort of set up a bit of a shack there, but also just to make the mountain look a little bit nicer. The only thing is, I'm going to need some dark oak to build this log cabin. I want to use dark oak and spruce, and whilst I've got spruce, I don't have any dark oak other than these two fences, and I can't grow a tree from them. So, before we start building anything, we are going to have to go on a little bit of an adventure to see if we can find, a dark oak forest. I know there's one around, I've definitely gone through one. I just, for some reason or another, didn't want to get any saplings, which was maybe a little bit silly on my part. That's okay, because it gives us a reason to get out there into the world and do a little bit of exploring. Who knows, we may even get a little bit distracted on the way. I usually do. Now, I'm heading over in this direction to begin with because instead of taking my horse like I usually would, or one of the many horses up there on top of the cherry grove, there's a donkey somewhere in this mountain range, and I kind of want to bring him. Yeah, he's probably going to be really slow. Painfully slow, probably. I'm sure he won't be able to jump. But I want to take him anyway. And who knows, maybe he'll be the first donkey of my donkey breeding adventure. There he is! Hello, friend. Where I'd try and get a really, really fast donkey. Or even a mule, that would be cool. Oh, there's two donkeys! Look at that. Who do we want to take? I'll be honest, you're the one I've been looking at. So, you're coming with me. At least, once you love me, which might take a little bit of time. Oh! That did not take long at all. Maybe I've already sat on you before. Okay, yep, that's about as slow as I expected. Well, let's stick a chest on you, and I guess... Oh, how do I do it? There we are. We can be on our way. At long last, we have arrived. Genuinely think it may have been quicker to run, or at least the same speed. Now I'm realizing I should have brought a fence with me. I did go through a flower forest and thought I'd pick up some flowers en route. So that's good, but I also don't have a lead. Okay, we're gonna have to make a donkey hole. That's fine, we'll do it right by the shore here. Tell you what, bud, we'll put you on the beach. It's a pretty nice spot for it, isn't it? Please don't run away. You need to get in that hole. There we go. Perfect. He can't jump 2 blocks anyway, so he'd be stuck there regardless. Right, I won't be long. I will be back shortly. Here, have some torches. I'll try my best not to lose you. Yeah, let's grab some dark oak. I'm looking for trees that possibly are a little bit standalone, just so I don't have to worry about leaf decay too much. But they're all very... Hang on. That's pale... That's a pale garden! Oh, that's actually great! I can get some pale oak too while I'm here. I'll probably wait for morning for that one, so I don't have to deal with the creaking, whichever one it is, the creaking. So yeah, I'll definitely go get some pale oak. I love that wood type. Thought they were a little bit rarer. Maybe I just got lucky, who knows. Oh, I'm also realizing I didn't bring an axe. A spare axe, anyway. That's okay. I'll grab some cobblestone and we can make a stone one when this breaks. It'll take me a little bit longer, but honestly, as long as I get 4 saplings of the dark oak and the pale oak up there, I should be absolutely fine. And I did bring my bed, so we haven't got to worry about mobs. So We'll have a little sleep in a minute once we got through with this tree. And then see if we can get 4 of each sapling. Fingers crossed. Pale Garden isn't quite as scary during the daytime and when you're not even fully in the biome itself. I haven't really lost all colour yet, I'm just on the outskirts. There were these 2 standalone trees, so I thought this would be a pretty good place to get a couple of saplings to drop. We've got 6 of the dark oak, so we've got plenty there. They have a pretty good return rate, so we should be fine. Usually I like to get enough for 2 trees, but I never usually have a problem with dark oak. It's really only just jungle, honestly. But there's 3 already. Okay, they are halfway down the hill, which is slightly annoying. It was quite a pain to walk up in the first place. Just need 1 more. There we go. That is 5. But I will grab any others that want to drop my way. Also grabbed a little bit of the pale moss so we can grow more of that, but something that I realized I should have done is grab some shears so we get some of the hanging moss, because yeah, can't harvest that without it. But that's okay, we know where 1 is now, so if we need some of that for any reason, we can always come back here. Okay, 1 more sapling would be great. I feel like I'm at 7, I could just get 1 more. Please? Trees? Come on, one of you gotta drop a sapling. There we are. Cool. 8 pale oak, 6 dark oak, that is plenty. I would go venture in the forest, but honestly there's not a whole lot there. Like, I'm not really missing much once I've got the actual tree. I'm not too fussed about getting a creaking heart or anything like that just yet. And again, it's the type of thing we can just come back to if needed. Trying to think if there's any other saplings I'm missing, like of the fairly common trees. I should have birch. Maybe I'll chop a birch tree down just in case. I've definitely used birch logs before, but maybe I've chucked away the saplings. I wouldn't be surprised. So we'll just get 1 birch tree. You'll do nicely. Definitely got oak, because there's oak trees around the base, so we don't have to worry about that. And yeah, the rest are uncommon enough that I probably won't need them anytime soon. It's really just dark oak, spruce, and oak I want to use today, so the pale one was just an added bonus. Right, come on buddy, out you come. How do I get you out of here? Am I going to have to dig a way out? I think so. There you go. Right, then we'll fill this back in, and hopefully by the time we turn around, there will be a sapling for us. No, of course not. Come on. Just 1, that's all I need. It's a singular sapling. There we are. Thank you! I am gonna head back home and we can start work on that cabin. Well, actually, not straight away we can't. I need to get the materials first, which, as I said, is mostly dark oak, some of which we've already got, but definitely not enough. And the rest is spruce, which I have about 16 blocks, which is also not enough. Now, where do I want to put my donkey? I need to unload him first, actually, because he is filled with saplings and flowers and other bits of nature. Oh, the perfect amount of space, look at that. Tell you what, Donk, you can just roam free. I'll leave the chest on you, or can I take that off? I honestly don't know if I can even take that off. I don't think I can. That's okay, we'll leave him with the chest. That doesn't look very comfortable without the saddle on, but I'm sure he's fine. Let's just drop this stuff back off in the chest, and then we can chop some trees. I should probably set up like a proper place to go and chop my trees. The issue is, unless you can dig a really big area underground, it always just looks bad. Like there's no good way to do it, really. Oh, my nature chest is getting pretty full up. Don't know if we're going to run out of room here or not. Nearly. Very, very nearly. That's okay. I do have a spare chest here. I also got all these barrels. I might need a bit of a storage upgrade, honestly, at some point soon. But I don't know where I'd put it. And I also kind of like this little building. I guess we could just make it a bit bigger. Okay. Nearly unloaded here. Where's an apple? Where can an apple go? Sure, in there. And then I guess the saddle. It's got to go back in the stable. But yeah, I need a proper place to go and farm trees. Just don't know where to do it. Because I don't really want to go anywhere super far away, otherwise I'll never use it. But if I do it nearby to the base, it's just going to look a bit ugly. I guess as long as I always remove the tree entirely afterwards, we don't get like floating leaves or anything like that, it should be fine. It would just be like a bit of a grid pattern most likely. I'm not sure, probably something to have a think of for a while, but for the little bit of wood that we need for today's project, a whole tree farm isn't really required just yet. So I'll do what I usually do and take my saplings down to the open plains just down the mountain a little bit and do some chopping there. And thankfully now we've got all of those bones from the Skelly farm, I can actually bone meal like crazy and I don't have to just wait for them to grow. And I also don't have to be sparing with my bone meal because I can always get more, which is really, really nice, honestly. I'm very glad we found that Skelly spawner whenever it was. It has been a massive help. Okay, what do we need? We need our dark oak, just 4 of those. We need our spruce, we've got plenty of them. And I'm probably going to need a little bit more oak. Did I already have birch? No, I didn't. I actually threw away my birch sapling if I ever had any. A good thing I did get one. How are we sitting? 14, 49. Yeah, I need like a good few stacks of them each. So, let's craft a new axe. And then I can get chopping. Remember when I said that the drop rate on dark oak trees was usually good enough and I didn't need to worry about getting any more saplings? I was wrong. All of the dark oak leaves have despawned and I'm left with 2 saplings, so if I need more dark oak, which I probably will for today's build, we're gonna have to get back out to the dark forest. I think I could do with enchanting a fortune hoe so I can actually maximize on my sapling drops. But, you know, a hoe enchanted with Fortune 3 isn't really high up on my priority list. Or at least I didn't think it was. I guess it is now. But I think we've got enough resources to begin the building project. We just may have to stop midway through to go and grab some more stuff. We've definitely got plenty of spruce, that's not a problem. And I didn't need that much oak really, so we should be fine on that part. But, yeah, dark oak, we may need some more. We'll see, we'll see. I also had a visit from somebody, and one of my allays for some reason came all the way over to see me. So I had to take them back home and drop them off, which was fun. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but they did. Either way, I hope they didn't do it again, because they are a little bit annoying to deal with. Where am I trying to put my sticks? There we go. My minimal amount of saplings can go back in there. That is a sad sight, those 2 dark oak saplings, but oh well. The damage is done now. Gotta go all the way back out there. I think next time I'll take a faster steed. Would be smart. There we go. I think that's all we need for the most part. Might just get another backup shovel and axe. Maybe a pickaxe as well. Just because I'll probably go through some of my tools today, so save me coming all the way back over, since the mountain isn't exactly super close. Take us a minute or two to get back here, so save ourselves the trip. Let's see, we want a pickaxe, a shovel, and an axe. There we go, nice. We're probably going to need to do a little bit of clearing of the snow, because we're going to need somewhat of a flat area. I'm trying to think, where do I want to build it? I feel like it's definitely got to go on this side of the mountain. Just not sure if it'd be better like off to the side somewhere, or like right in the center. Possibly just above that waterfall. Could even move the waterfall up potentially and like incorporate it into the build. Or just like dot it off to the side. I'm not sure. We probably need to go up there and actually have a proper look. And we'll see if we can do something. But either way, snow is probably going to have to be cleared. Which is fine, because we got a backup shovel. One thing I would definitely like to have in this log cabin is something that I don't have at the base. I need a reason to actually go to this thing. I just don't know what that could be yet. It's nothing I really need super importantly in this world, other than a hoe apparently. But I'm not just going to make that and put that in a chest all the way over here. Something like farm related perhaps. I'm not sure. Another thing to have a think about whilst I'm doing some building. Honestly, we could even put like the tree farm over here, maybe. Ooh, that's a good idea actually. Because I wanted it tucked out the way so I didn't have to see it. And if we like put it behind this little mound here, it's going to be out the way and we won't see it at all until we come over here, and then that's fine. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll do like a little bit of a tree farm setup on this flat bit of land. That could actually work, and then gives me a reason to come over to the mountain. Right, I don't have my leather boots on, so I'm going to have to be careful where I'm walking here. Otherwise we will freeze to death. I definitely want it to be built on snow, that's what I know. Where is this? This is just above the waterfall in that like central spot we saw. This could probably be flattened a little bit. We could sort of cut it across here. And then we've got a fairly flat piece of land to work with. Okay, that's kind of leading the way at the moment, I would say. Let's just check over this way, see if there's anything better. Not really. It's all very sloped around here. Like, this would be some tricky terraforming to do. That would be a great spot for it if it was snow and not grass. I guess we could go all the way. Oh, this is quite a nice spot. That is powdered snow though, so let's go careful. Okay, maybe up here. But honestly, I think I like it more central. And like I was saying, I don't think I want it all the way up the top of the mountain. I kind of want it like embedded into the side of it. Hello, donkey. So yeah, maybe down here is the best spot, honestly. We can always clear it, sort of do the framework, head back over there and see how it looks. But I guess I better get digging. So I wandered back over to the house just to take a look from that viewpoint, and I think the positioning is pretty good. Obviously we're missing a lot of stuff like roof, walls, detail, the entire house really, but I'd say location wise that is a pretty good spot. But now the fun really begins, because we can actually start building more than just a box. You're a pretty horse. You're just going to stand up there looking all majestic? Probably. It's what they do best. So, first things first, we are going to need to make ourselves a crafting table because I did not bring that with me. And let's make sure I use the spruce for that, not waste my precious dark oak. So we're going to want to have a fair amount of stairs, probably. Also going to have some shelves, trapdoors, but I only have so much wood, so we're going to craft it as I need it. So, well, we need more than stairs, actually. Let's get some trapdoors. I'm probably going to need plenty of them. Or at least I always do, so it doesn't hurt to have a few more. And, you know what, I probably will need some shelves at some point, so let's just make a handful of them for now. Not loads, because they are quite expensive. I don't want to do too many if I'm not going to need it. But we'll get ourselves some, so we can start actually building. Now I want to make this entirely out of wood. Really give it a log cabin feel, which is why I have no other blocks with me. Okay, trapdoors, shelves, and stairs. That is probably all I need for the moment. So this is going to be the main entrance. I'm thinking, obviously we'll have our door in the middle. I'm pretty sure I got one in the chest back there, so I'll just use that. Then if we do trapdoors at the bottom and then shelves, kind of like a bit of an arch going upwards, I think that could be nice. Do a similar thing around the back, I guess. Just with... we're going to have a window of some kind, aren't we? So maybe just something like that. And then I could actually get some oak trapdoors this time. Seeing as glass, I'm fairly certain wouldn't actually connect to the shelves there. Oh, it's got dark. All of a sudden. Yeah, that's nice. Then it goes back a little bit, adding a tiny bit of depth. It's a nice window design. But yeah, I don't think glass would connect, so that would be a problem. But let's have a quick sleep and continue in the morning. Ah, that's better. Okay, pack the bed away, and we'll get started on one of these sides, where we're basically going to do the same thing as this. I'd say that works, so we may as well sort of copy and paste it around the other side, except we'll try vary up a little bit. So stairs along the top and the bottom, get our trapdoors. I'm thinking maybe we just do window and a window. And then, how's it going to look if we just do shelf, shelf, and shelf? A little bit samey. It's kind of hard to tell at this point because it is just so boring. Like, there's no roof, there's nothing else going on. But I like to just get the walls in place first. Yeah, I'd say that's alright for now. Gonna need some more trapdoors though, that's for sure. And then maybe this side we could even do like a bit of a planter. So if we leave these 3 blocks open, we'll turn this into a window. And then we'll have the shelves. And do I have like a stand-in for dirt? I don't, but I could probably just get some real quick. Usually I'd use coarse dirt if I was making some kind of flower bed, but seeing as there's no grass around to grow into the dirt and actually like grassify it, it should stay like that, which is fine. That is one thing. I don't like that, being able to see the side of the block, because on the front I'll probably just do something like this to cover it up. So instead we could do strip logs. How does that look? Yeah, slightly better. I might make these dark oak instead, once I know a bit more how many resources I'm going to have. Because if I could not go back, that would be ideal, really. I'd rather not. Now, the only thing I have just realised is can't plant anything on that dirt. So, what we're going to have to instead is bring these trapdoors back by a little bit. So they open inwards, which is fine. And we could put, I don't know, furnaces or barrels or something to block up the dirt from the inside here. We'll worry about that later, but like that, we'll be able to plant stuff. Not sure what. Maybe berry bushes, possibly, if I have any. But yeah, I'd say that is a nice start. 4 walls. Now we're just missing a roof. It's looking a little big at the moment. I think it'll look nicer once we kind of flesh out the top parts a little bit more, which I'm going to try and do now. So usually when log cabins are built in real life, they'll literally just be stacks of logs on top of each other, or tree trunks, branches, whatever it may be. That probably isn't going to look very good in Minecraft, but we can kind of emulate that a little bit by doing something like that. Maybe this is kind of meant to be like the cross section of where the beams would cross over, and then that gives it a little bit more support to the roof and just generally looks a little bit better. I think if we add an extra one up there to actually connect it to the roof, and then we could add another strut down the middle. I haven't really got a good place to view this from. It's a very steep angle that I'm working with here. But I think that's good. There is something we could possibly do to make it look a little bit nicer. We get some of our spruce here. Turn a few of that into sticks and then make some fences. Okay, this isn't enough, but it'll give us a good idea of if this is going to work. Excuse me, cow. There's limited room over here. Yeah, I think that's good. That just kind of adds a little bit of support in between the logs. Okay, yeah, you go in there. Yeah, that works. Okay, I like that. Grab a few more fences and we can do a similar thing around the back. Oh, that's way too many. Don't need that amount of fences. That is maybe one more. Should be fine. Yeah, I like that. I think we still need to do a little more expansion on the roof, ever so slightly. But that's okay. Let's get this in place first. That should still, whoops, give us room to walk around here, I think. I try not to have my builds like actually touching the terrain on the sides. I like to be able to get around if I can. And we can do that just fine there, so no problem whatsoever. Take a bit of a step back over here. Is that a better viewpoint? Not really. Not really at all. Okay, that's okay. Well, now it's snowing, which I guess works actually. Some snow on the roof wouldn't be a terrible thing. I wish it wasn't raining in front. That kind of ruins the view a little bit. Almost like sleet instead of snow. We get a mix of both. Okay. It's alright. So I'm thinking for the roof, if we get some slabs and then just bring it out slightly like this. And I really did not give myself much room. It's alright, so if we just take that all the way over, I guess I can view it from the back. It's basically the same. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Just looks a bit more finalized, I would say. And then we can even just have another row going across like that. Looks supported. A bit similar to like the ski chalets where they have like the big overhang. That's what it's reminding me of. We'll do the same over here, but I'm about to run out of slabs, of course. Let's just go grab a few more. There we go. Right, is that all we want to do for the roof? Kind of want to get that finalized because then the snow can start pitching up there, which I think is a good thing. Maybe we'll get some snow layers if we can and add some different varying heights, but we'll just let it naturally land for now. Okay, we're definitely going to need some sort of light source. Not sure where that's going to go. I also don't have it on me. I got a torch. Okay, for the time being, just so it's not really dark, we'll do that. It's not there to stay. But it does just light it up a little bit. Do the same round here as well. Okay, we need something to fill in these 2 blocks. I don't really want to use dark oak. I think that's going to be too dark, but I don't want spruce because it's right next to the logs that are already there. Okay, it's probably dark enough we'll go to sleep. We'll do that in 1 second. We could... Oh, we're going to need some more. Barrels. Barrels are always a good thing. They go very well with spruce. And maybe if we just get like 4 of them, we'll see how this looks. Hopefully nothing's spawning. I think it's okay. It feels very cozy here. There's something about like a snowy cabin during the night. Makes me just want to hunker down and go inside. But it's not finished in there, so it can't really for now. Alright, I like that. I think we just need something across the middle here. Like trapdoors, potentially. We do have a lot of spruce trapdoors already, so maybe that would be a good time to use some dark oak. Either way, I'd say that's dark enough now that I'm getting nervous about mob spawning. So let's go to bed again, and then in the morning we'll see if we can fix that up. Ah yeah, it's going to be cozy in here. It's going to be real nice. Okay. Yeah, let's make 4 more barrels. I actually might have enough resources, you know. Maybe. Make 4 of them. Oh, hello spider. Good morning. Hello, welcome to the cabin. Are you the only mob out there? No creepers, I hope. Have a quick check, just in case. I've got my bow now, so I feel a little bit more armed and ready. I'll tell you what, we can also have a step back here and look at the cabin. No, I think we're okay. Just seems to be a lot of spiders around. Odd. There's usually at least 1 creeper. Oh, that's looking good. That's looking really nice. But yeah, we are definitely missing something in that middle bit. So let's use some of our precious logs and make some trapdoors. And hopefully that should resolve the issue. How many are we going to need? 8. That's probably okay for now. It's honestly easier to see around the back, so I'm going to go there first of all. Doesn't look like enough. Maybe we like double stack them all the way over, going on top of the log. Oh yeah, okay, that looks better. That looks a lot better. I think something we could do with having is like in this middle section, it just seems a bit open. Do we have any fences? Not enough. Could have like a fence strut going right up through the middle, almost connecting that bit of the trapdoor to the roof. Sort of emulating structural supports, even though it's not really doing anything, it's looking like it's doing something. But hopefully in the process we'll make it look a little bit nicer. And you know what could actually work as well? Fence gates. Maybe. Oh, are the trapdoors going to get in the way? The trapdoors might actually get in the way. No, actually, they should be fine. There we go. Yeah, that's alright, I would say. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's good. Let's do the same around the front. And then, honestly, that isn't much left to do of the cabin. I'd say we're nearly done. Just need a few more trapdoors. We have got plenty of dark oak left, so I don't think we're going to have to be making that trip. And what else do we need? Fences and fence gates. Ah, one short. Actually, that's going to be the perfect amount, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Right, same around here. So 3 fences down the middle, 2 fence gates, and then we'll get our trapdoors and just lie them across the top. Now that looks the same as the back, so I'm going to assume it looks fine around here too. Now, we're just missing our door, really? I know I could craft one very easily. I have the resources, but I've got one back in the chest at home, and it gives me a good reason to go back to have a look at it from a distance and see what it looks like from over there now. Oh, why am I being given eggs? Oh, Ali, why are you coming to me? The note block should be getting your attention. Well, I can't deal with you right now. I need to have a look at the view. Oh, that looks good. Oh, look at it up there. Whoa, hello. Looks really big, actually. For how small it is inside. Quite a big build. You know, I have just realized, I feel like that's too many log faces. I know it's a log cabin, it's kind of meant to have a lot of logs out on show. But maybe we'll cover the top ones up with something? Other than that, though, that's looking good. Looking really good. Right, well, let's see if we can get this guy back over. Oh, I knew these alleys would be a bad idea. Don't know what else to do with them, honestly, unless I put them really far away. Wonder if it's the same one, or if it's different every time. Come on, this way. Let's get you back to your note block. I do wonder if they would just end up going back by themselves. Oh, that didn't work. Right, now we leave, quickly. Before he can follow me again. Is he staying? He's staying. Ah, that looks really cool, actually. I like that. I do think it would be fun to see if we could somehow get the walls full up, even if it's just like a little bit higher, maybe? Make like a little pond just to the side, perhaps? I'm not sure. I do have a door, okay. I wasn't actually 100% certain if I did. Now, something I would like to see is, can you craft snow layers? You can. Okay, that's great. Let's craft quite a few of these, actually. Because I'd like to get some more variation in the snow levels on our roof. Good, I thought I needed a Silk Touch shovel. And I don't have one of them, so that is way easier. Is there anything else I need to grab while I'm over here? Possibly a lantern or 2? I think I only just really need one at the front, honestly. Where are my lanterns? There we are. So yeah, we'll just grab all 6. And a chain. And hopefully we should be able to find a spot for it somewhere. Right, alleys, you staying put? They always seem to do it when I get to, like, at the bottom of the slope here. Instead of when I'm just, like, outside my base, they're not too fast. It's when I'm, like, about to leave. It's like they get scared, and they try and bribe me back with eggs. Last time I checked the chest, actually, with our egg farm, it's actually, like, pretty full up. So if we did want to repurpose the alleys for something else, we probably could, because a single chest of eggs is probably all I'm ever going to need. We'll definitely have to get a pathway going around here. What would actually be the best route? This isn't too hilly. We could go up here, wind around here, and then this is going to be where, if we do it, the tree farm can go. And then I guess we could just go up this little mound, and then we're basically there. Past the lava pool. Yeah, that works. Okay, we'll have to remember to do that. Now, what was it I wanted to do over here? One, add our door in, get the lantern in place, and also cover up these logs, because, yeah, it's like too many. Too many of the same texture on shell. There we are, that's looking better. So, where can I hang a lantern? These are all topside trapdoors, so I can't have them. Get rid of our torches, because they're not staying. There isn't really a good place to hang it from. Because I could do like a fence here, but then that's going to be blocking the doorway. What about a trapdoor? Oh, that's the underside, isn't it? Can't do that. Oh, what about... Hang on a second. Let's just jump up here. Might be coming out too far. But I'm not sure. We'll see. What about that? Looks a little bit goofy, kind of. But at the same time, it works? Weirdly? I'm not sure. We'll leave it for now, because it's nicely illuminating the area. Alternatively, I could just, like, stick a fence in the ground and place a lantern on top. But I kind of like the idea of it hanging instead. Not going to bother with one around the back, but I will just remove the torches. We'll have light coming from the inside anyway, so we don't need to light it up too much. We also have to get something to go in our planter here. But I didn't bring anything with me, so we're going to have to go back for that. But about covering these up, I'm thinking either shelves or trapdoors. Ah, it's going to have to be the shelves. I just love the shelves so much. They are great, honestly. It's like my favorite thing that's been added in a very long time. I cannot stop using them. It's a bit of an addiction, honestly. How many are we going to need? We've got probably 2 sets of shelves. Crafted should be enough. Come on, axe. Ah, okay. I have got my backup. That's why I crafted another one. I knew I'd be needing it. Right, let's head inside to the crafting table real quick. Don't think anything spawned just yet, so we're okay for now. See if we can get these shelves down, because then the house... Oh, that's not how you do it. The house is pretty much done. But I'm not going to be able to reach that top one, am I? Still okay? Nothing really can get me from behind, at least from this point of view. Because I'm so on the edge of the cliff. There we are. Okay, yeah, that's looking better. I'll be able to get a better view around the back. But from what I can see there, that's pretty good. It is very dark around here, so maybe I can't see better from this point of view. Oh, zombie coming. Okay, that's going to be a good time to go to sleep. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we might have to have a lantern around here. I'll maybe see how dark it is once we have our lights on the inside, because right now we have nothing. But for the moment, I'll close the door on my poor sad interior with only a crafting table and a bed. We'll get this looking nicer soon. For the snow layers on the roof, I just make sure every single block has at least one, otherwise it's going to look a bit weird, and then I just go around and add 1, 2 and sometimes 3 more snow layers on every single block, just to kind of gradually cover the entire roof and make it all nice and sloped, really. In the end, it ends up with a pretty cool effect and is a little bit nicer looking than just a single layer of snow on the entire roof. Now we can start the interior. Just going to add a couple of torches here to light it up for the meantime. I don't have any resources on me, so we're going to have to go back and fetch some stuff, but I thought maybe I could just brainstorm to begin with. Something we can actually do is sort our floor out. This is what I wanted for the oak. Just like having a stripped log floor generally in my homes, especially when it's wooden like this one, and to save using more dark oak or more spruce, we can do something a bit different and use oak. I like doing this checkerboard pattern. where you just kind of alternate between which way the logs are facing. Then when they're all stripped, it just gives it a bit of a pattern. Looks a little bit nicer. There we go. Okay, what do we want to do in this then? I think we got room to have 2 levels. We got quite a bit of height that I think would be wasted if we didn't do anything up there. So we could probably have a staircase on this side because we've got this issue we need to work out. So staircase on this side, all of the floor going across maybe this point right here. We could get some slabs. Probably won't use spruce, we'll maybe do dark oak. But that's not too small a height so that it's, you know, no room. If it was down here, that's maybe a bit much. So we'll do it on the top part of the block. And then it's more so about what do I actually want to put in here. I guess I kind of want all the essentials, like a bed and some storage and that sort of stuff. The only thing I did think maybe that we could put inside this room to kind of give me a purpose to come all the way out here is the loom, cartography table, and smithing table. It's not very often I need those 3 things, so on the odd occasion I want to, you know, make a map or a banner or upgrade my gear, I can come over to the log cabin. That way it just gives me a reason to make my way out here, even if it is just every now and again. Open to changes though, so we could always switch it out. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for now. So we'll have those 3 blocks, maybe covering these 3 could actually work. I could even put my brewing over here. Possibly. I don't think I've got a place for that at the moment, so that could definitely work. Stick them up there as well. Oh, that's looking good, isn't it? It's looking a lot more like a log cabin now, as opposed to just a box, like it was before. So yeah, we need to grab those 3 workstations, some storage bits, a bed, maybe a couple of decorative things like a flower pot or something, and check I don't have brewing stands anywhere, which I don't think I do. I definitely have brewing stands because I've nabbed them from the villagers in the cleric churches. I just take them because it saves me going to the nether to fight a blaze for a blaze rod and then craft one that way. It's a little bit easier just getting one from the village. Yeah, let's have a rummage around the chests and I'll see if I can find anything that we can take with us. As little trips as possible would be good. If I could just get everything all in one go, that would be great. But chances are I won't be able to know exactly what I'm going to do first time. I have gathered some supplies. It's probably not everything we're going to need, but it is going to allow us to build hopefully most of this cabin. Let's see. Okay, first things first. Clear the hotbar a little bit. We got our 3 utility blocks. The best order for this. Cartography table in the middle, smithing table, then loom. Yeah, that works. Okay. Want to have a crafting table, but I'm thinking maybe I'll put that upstairs. So I do need it placed down though. Just put it there for now. Maybe that'll be the right spot. Actually, that might be perfect. We'll see. Gonna need some dark oak slabs for our ceiling slash floor. And also some stairs for our stairs. Okay. So we want the ceiling to be at this height. It is a little bit cramped, but I like that. It's actually quite a nice height. Feels cozy. And then if we do stairs here, trying not to block the windows so we can still see out of them. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then slab there. Or is that going to work better as a stair? Oh, nope, definitely not a stair. Okay. Slab, otherwise we got another window to the outside. 2 trapdoors, that's actually perfect. That's all I need. There we are, just to connect those 2 blocks together. I don't really like having the diagonal pixels. Just looks unfinished sometimes. So that works as a staircase. No, it doesn't. There we go. That works. And you know what? That actually could be a perfect spot for the crafting table. We could put our bed just in front of it and have it as like a back stand. Now, I did bring a bunch of barrels because I thought maybe in the slots that we got at the side, we could have some more barrels just as extra storage. I'm not sure what for. This is only going to really be the sapling cabin slash whatever these three are, so probably don't need as many barrels as we have here, but they also just look pretty nice. I guess flower pot on here? Possibly, maybe a lantern, although we could actually hang some from the ceiling. Got some extra chains. Okay, it's going to get dark for a second, that's alright. Do we want just one in the middle? Or two either side? Maybe two either side. I feel like that central one is just getting in the way a little bit. How's that? Okay, yeah, that's good. That's brighter and also not as much of a obstruction. Nice. Okay, well, what else do we want up here? I feel like we need something in these slots. Could do our brewing stands, although I kind of want to keep that next to all this stuff down here. Brought some chests, so maybe just some chests. That doesn't look right. Maybe just 3 single chests? I feel like I never do that. Looks wrong, but also it works. Usually you're trying to maximize on storage, so you just double chest everything, but sure, why not? Maybe I'll turn a couple of these into trap chests. Mine in the texture pack that I have a little bit of a different texture, so maybe we'll do that. Make a tripwire hook back at the base. Add that to the list of things we need to grab. But I would actually say that's this level done. Oh, and a flower to go inside the flower pot. Now it's just thinking about what we want to do down here. So we've got our brewing stands. Can't put them on here because of the trapdoors. Don't really like having them on the floor. Just kind of seems like they need to be up on something. What have we got? Got some more barrels. We could do something like that. Oh, that's in the way. Okay. So many trapdoors just constantly blocking things. And maybe another one over this side. Yeah, that works. I like that. Okay. Something we need here. Possibly a cauldron if we're going to do some brewing. They're not actually really that helpful for brewing. It's better to have just an unlimited water source, but aesthetically a cauldron would look pretty good. And then we do need a lantern somewhere, but we can't hang that anywhere. We also can't place it on anything unless we put something in this corner. So for now, we'll just place our lantern there. Oh, I could do another bookshelf. Not bookshelf, sorry. I looked at that and thought bookshelf. Barrel. Oh, actually, bookshelf might be perfect, except the chiseled bookshelf. Kind of like a bit of a drawer unit, possibly? Maybe even... I know we can't have it too high because then we can't place a lantern. Okay, yeah, I think that actually might be everything. We're very limited on space. I thought there was actually going to be a bit more room, but now once we got this in position, it's taking up quite a lot of space. But that's fine. So we need a flower, a tripwire hook, or 2 tripwire hooks, which we'll get from crafting it. Chiseled bookshelf. We will just place a lantern there so I don't forget it. And a cauldron. Oh, and of course, something to place in our flower bed out here. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Now, it's going to be hard to tell because it's daytime, but is it... Are we getting a glow around the back here at all, or do we need to add in another lantern? I think we'll leave it. Realistically, we're never really going to see it from around the back, so it's not particularly that big a deal. Okay, cool. Well, I guess whilst I walk back, I could start kind of plotting out the pathway. Just not sure how I want it to work with the snow. Is this actually snow or is this... Yeah, okay, it is. Well, I could always shape it a little bit and run some dirt through here, so I guess this can be the start. And we'll just... Oh, let's not go into the lava. Okay, back it up. Back it up, everyone, what we've just done. Put that back. We'll take a bit more of a sideways approach. There we go. Dodge the lava pool. That's probably going to be for the best. Hello, how are you doing? Sneaking up on me. I'm not even sure how you spawned. Oh, I love having that bow. That is great. I don't have to hit them 17 times with my sword. A lot easier. It's very steep around here, isn't it? What about, like, down... over here, I guess? Could work. Sure, something like that. Might actually reroute it going back up that way, possibly. But hey, that's a pretty good start. Should be plain sailing enough just to connect it to the other pathway now. Excuse me, sheep. Thank you. Okay, I think we're gonna have to stop right there. I've just kind of gone round the outside of the snow patch that we had here instead, following the natural grass line, which I think is pretty good, but I don't really want to add like a grass path going up through the snow, so we'll just kind of trail it off right there. I think works. Oh, we do have to just actually run back. See what, we'll take a shortcut down the mountain here and place in our tiki torches. I do just love doing this because it does look really nice at night time. Okay, so we got one starting on the right, meaning we start on the left. I just try to alternate them. It just looks a little bit better that way. Hopefully we're going to have enough. Fingers crossed, we should do. 15 seems like plenty. Don't ever actually know if I leave the right amount of space in between all of these torches. Just kind of place it when it feels right. Oh, but it looks evenly distributed whenever I look at the rest of what I've done, so hopefully this one will be fine too. Nearly there. That's on the... I don't know why I'm forgetting my left and right so much. Can't remember what I did 2 seconds ago. Okay, sheep, you're in the way again. Thank you. And then we'll do the last torch right here. Amazing. Celebratory egg throw. Right, and I think I've got everything else I need. God, there's so many animals up here. I've gone with sweet berries. I think that's going to look nice planted in our planter here. And then, for whatever reason, if I need sweet berries, I can come here to grab them. Maybe if I want to do something with foxes. I feel like I haven't looked over the view of the base at all, actually. Always kept looking over here. Haven't actually looked back yet. Get the spyglass. Look at it. It's very humble, isn't it? Which is kind of the purpose and the aim. But I really like it. The pathways are starting to glow, which is a good time to get inside. Alrighty. So, first things first, chiseled bookshelf over in this corner. Hopefully that looks okay. Yeah, that just looks like it could be some drawers open for some things. It's kind of looking a bit like a kitchen, isn't it? Except with no furnaces or anything like that. A cauldron over here, which I guess I may as well put my water bucket in. Have to refill that when we're back home. But yeah, I'd say that's pretty nice. Check on our berry bush as well, we can harvest them from the inside. They're growing pretty fast. Okay, that is downstairs done. I'm happy with that. What was it up here? We got the azalea bush. That's what I've gone with in the flower pot. I feel like I always go with the flowering azalea, but the regular one is actually pretty nice too. And then if we just grab you chest and you chest, we'll turn you into trapped ones, which as you can see have a bit more like of a sprucey color to them. Hopefully they don't activate anything. I don't think they should. But yeah, there we are. That looks a little bit better. Slightly more interesting. Is that everything I bought? It is. Awesome. Well, that is the cabin done. Do we want to take a look at it at night time? Hopefully it's safe. Kind of want to see how much it's glowing. And stuff really doesn't spawn around here, does it? I feel like there's hardly any mobs, which is great. Okay, it glows more out of that window, but I'm okay with it being a little bit dark around the back. I don't think we need a lantern round there, so we'll just leave it as it is. I think I've decided I'm actually quite happy with this. It's a little bit different to what I usually do, but it's either that really or just put a lantern on a fence, which it's a bit boring, so we'll go with this weird overhang. But yeah, cabin done. Alright, let's hit the hay and then maybe start work on that tree farm, perhaps? So I've got an idea of how we're going to lay this out. It just might have to be on 2 separate Y levels. I could probably bring a bunch of dirt on over here to make it all nice and flat, but 2 Y levels should work fine. Maybe even 3, honestly. So first things first, we gotta find the center. I think I know in my head roughly how I'm gonna lay this out to get enough like leaf spacage in between each tree. So we're gonna make like a square almost. I guess like here would be roughly in the middle by those roses. Sure, right here can be the center. So we're gonna have that as a 2x2 tree, and then we're gonna have some more of those. How many do we need to go out by? I think it's 1, 2, 3. Then another lot here. That seem right? I think that's right. Okay, and then we'll do the same over this side. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. We're basically making like a grid almost, but I'm just trying to do it so it looks somewhat nice, because this isn't going to be the most impressive thing in the world. Doesn't really need to be, it's just a simple tree farm. It is going to just turn into a lot of podzol around here once we grow some 2x2 spruce trees, but that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. I don't mind it as long as it's just a nice, neat, orderly patch. Should be fine. Okay, so that's 3 there, and then if we go 1, 2, 3, and another one. And then if we do the same over here. Oh, this is where it gets a bit funny. 1, 2, 3. See, it's right there. Tell you what, we'll put it here for now. Up there, and we'll flash it out with some more terrain afterwards. But then if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that should give us enough space in between each tree, like when we have an oak tree. Is there one around as an example? When you got an oak tree, they tend to just go out 2 blocks either side of the leaves, so having them 5 spaces should be plenty. And then that gives 6 in the middle? Yeah, okay. Right, we just need to do that a couple more times and then go to bed, because I think stuff's gonna spawn here on the grassland. It definitely looks a bit strange at the moment, but if you just bear with me, we'll have something that looks decent. I've got some shelves and some trapdoors. We're gonna surround the 2x2 areas with shelves. Mainly because, you know, they're a little bit bigger, so they require a thicker border, I guess is what you would call these. I'm wondering if now possibly these are too close together for the really big spruce trees, but honestly it's fine as long as all of the logs get destroyed. The leaves, no matter what, will eventually despawn. I think the only real problem we're going to have is when we get the big oak trees, but they're just annoying at the best of times, so... That's alright. Okay, yeah, that's looking better already. Not going to worry about getting rid of the flowers or the grass too much. They can all just stay. I think it'll help make the podzol not look as abrasive when it inevitably grows when we get some 2x2 spruce trees. At least I think it should. I don't think the shelves are going to hold it back. But it's either that or build it up in the snow, and I think it'll just look a bit better down here. And this is a nice spot that's pretty well tucked out the way, so we don't have to worry about seeing it. But still, trying to make it look as nice as possible. And this should be big enough for... oh, I cannot place that trapdoor. Should be big enough for all of my needs. In this world, I tend to only need just a few stacks of logs at a time. Nothing major, so I don't need some crazy farm or anything like that. Just a nice spot to go for some manual tree chopping is more than plenty. But there we go. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I actually think I quite like it on the multiple Y levels, you know? Save it looking super red-like. Adds a bit of variation. Now, I also brought just some fences so we could light it up a little bit. And I think I was going to just do that in between these spaces. So we'll have one here, one block in from each of those, and same over here. Don't know how this is going to work with the other blocks around. I try not to get my walls connected sometimes if I don't want them to be. I might have to do a little bit of block breaking, but that's alright. And this should nicely light everything up so that when we do come to do some chopping here, we won't have to worry too much about stuff spawning right next to it. Obviously I'm not going to do any nighttime tree chopping. I'll save it for mostly in the day, but occasionally, you know how it goes, you run into the nighttime sometimes. But there we go. Okay, awesome. That is our little tree area done, and it doesn't actually look too bad, I wouldn't say. Get a bit of a vantage point. Maybe we'll go all the way up. Yeah, okay. Maybe even the podzol will help, potentially. Kind of wish that wasn't the case, because then I could do coarse dirt or something like that, just to differentiate it from the ground, but can't help it unless I totally change everything out, and I don't think that's really needed. There we go, a nice place to go chop some trees whenever we need to. I guess this makes the cabin the lumberjack's cabin. And I am really happy with how this looks. Just going to do one final check to make sure I did everything that I wanted to. Don't think there was anything else for the exterior, and the interior is done. I'll even set my spawn here, just in case I do die. I think to finish up for the day though, we'll take a slow wander back. Oh, welcome to the world, chicken. And gaze at our creation, at what we've done. Oh, we didn't change the waterfall. I think I'm going to leave it, honestly, for now. Because I don't know if changing the placement would actually make it look better. We spent an entire episode a while back improving the look of that waterfall. Didn't do any drastic changes, but just kind of altered the shape a little bit, and I would rather not mess with that if I can help it. But maybe one day we'll make a frozen pond up by the cabin that the waterfall can be coming from, but it's close enough that it looks like it's part of the build, so I think it'll be fine. Does maybe look a little bit empty up there, so if you've got any ideas of what else we could put up there, please feel free to let me know. I'd say some trees, but I don't know if trees really suit that far up in a mountain. Like, at the very highest peak of a mountain in real life, you don't really get trees because there's so much rock around. So I feel like it wouldn't make sense, but maybe we could do some boulders or something like that, I'm not sure. You know what, I think I've just realized that's slightly annoying and it's gonna bug all of you too, I know it. Yeah, the waterfall is 1 block off from lining up with the door. That's alright. We can resist symmetry. Not a big deal. That's pretty nice. I was kind of hoping to see it at night time, but we'll have to save that for another day, because I think that is all I wanted to do for now. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.